Hey, what's up? So it's 2024, and I thought, what better way of starting off the new year than pissing off Christians? Now, disclaimer before we get into anything, me personally, I'm agnostic, which means I don't really know either way if there is a higher power or not. So just keep that in mind before we get into this. And also, if you're a religious person and you're a good person and you practice in good faith and you don't go around hurting people, then good on you. Continue to do that. But let's be open and let's be for real. Even those that do practice in good faith can unknowingly or knowingly perpetuate certain ideas that can and do lead to harm done onto others and perpetuation of further stereotypes and systemic identities. By the way, welcome back to my channel. I'm Hayes, and let's get right into this video. So Lil Nas X has come back to us with a new era, and it's got some of the girls mad. On January 3rd, 2024, Lil Nas X posted a teaser for his upcoming music, announcing on Twitter a new song and visual coming soon, with a picture teasing what was to come to this whole debacle. A few days later, on the 8th, he reveals the cover art, the title, and the release date of the single. And as you can imagine, this brought some of the girls into a tizzy. Christians, spiritual people, and atheists alike all started typing out their think pieces. Oh, he's comparing himself to Jesus Christ. Oh, he's mocking Jesus. This is blasphemous. Just going on the whole debacle, right? And then he posted a picture of himself in bundles and a nightgown munching on communion, and y'all went buck wild. Not even just Christians, even gay Twitter was over here dragging this man for using controversy to sell records and everything. And while I can say yes, Lil Nas X is definitely a troll, and he definitely plays into it, I'm also not gonna whack him too hard for joking on the same type of people that were telling him he was gonna be condemned to hell just a few years ago. I done seen all types of Bibles going down my timeline, calling him a Satanist and everything, which, by the way, modern day Satanism as an ideology isn't even in the form of worshiping the devil or believing in the devil. It's mostly atheists who have this mindset of challenging the strict and oppressive rules of the Bible, encouraging open deconstruction of religion and its implications, and skeptical or esoteric ideas also popularized by counterculture movements. The way Lil Nas X is able to get y'all all hot and bothered needs to be studied. I think he's one of the few celebrities whose social media and that promotion and actually being engaged within social media is actually kind of beneficial to them, because I feel like they kind of know kind of how to play the game of social media. Until I'm seeing him engage with randoms on Twitter. I'm sorry, I'm gonna need celebrities to stop engaging with randoms on Twitter, especially if it's for bullshit. Like, let's collectively disengage from that. Y'all were doing all this carrying on just for the song to come out, and it's literally just him saying I'm back, like J. Crowder. Like it's a metaphor. Like, it wasn't that serious. Like it just never was. And when you look at the actual visuals, which, by the way, I love how unserious his visuals seem to be so far. It really has this energy of it that I really appreciate. And mind you, in the actual video, he's dunking on the devil, like actually, like, mind y'all, he's on y'all team, he's playing for y'all team. But y'all were really carrying on. One of my favorite ones is he was promoting the Antichrist in his last releases. That comment right there shows me that y'all still do not understand what it is that he's actually saying, which tells me that y'all are willfully ignorant. What Lil Nas X is attempting to make a commentary on is how y'all constantly tell gay people that we're all damned and we're all going to hell and we need to repent and we're lost our souls and all that type of stuff. And Lil Nas X said, I'll do y'all one better. I'll ride down to hell on a stripper pole and twerk on the devil. And the gag is, at the end, he killed the devil, which this whole situation just seems like y'all just really take a lot of stuff more seriously than it needs to be. It's theatrics, it's gimmicks, it's pop music. Like we've had artists do this stuff before. Like, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna knock him too hard for joking about his religious trauma. In the same way that I wouldn't whack a black person too hard for joking about or talking about their experiences with whiteness, in the same way that I wouldn't whack a woman for talking about or joking about her experiences with men. These systems have a long and lasting impact of generational trauma that we can't get over if you refuse to address the situation in the first place. Like, I'm sorry, I'm really gonna need y'all to understand that y'all demand respect while disrespecting other people. And then y'all will say, oh, those aren't real Christians that are talking or treating people this way. But at the end of the day, the effect is still the same. And if we're being honest, even some of the ones that claim to be the good ones, y'all aren't pushing hard enough to remove these things from law that are being passed. Y'all aren't trying hard enough to push back against these things and these systems in which queer people have to deal with on a regular basis. Like, do y'all understand how traumatizing it is? How much it messes with your development during your childhood and teenage years to harbor so much resentment and feelings on the inside? The guilt, the shame, the self-hatred, and to have your whole love and sexual development stifled and delayed like that for so long can lead to other effects. Now, in this section, I just want to talk about a little bit more about Lil Nas X and some of his history and dealings with, at least as far as we know, through his music and his past work, how he deals with the trauma of having to deal with homophobia and the systems that come with it. And especially the intersections between queerness and blackness that is very much a prominent point that we need to reiterate with this. Now, as we know, this isn't the first time that Lil Nas X has made reference to or talked about religion and religious trauma and homophobia within his music, including songs like Montero, the song and the video, Sun Goes Down, and Dead Right Now. In the title track Montero, we see Lil Nas reference the story of Adam and Eve, quoting, "I'm not phased, I'm only here to sin. If Eve ain't in your garden, you know that you can call me." The idea that queer people have this constant fear and view of themselves and others as inherently sinful for wanting love and companionship just like anyone else. This is something that is especially prominent during our developmental years. During our adolescent and teen years, we have to constantly worry about and disassociate from an integral part of our humanity, all while seeing heterosexual people being able to develop and experience these moments in their lives and these developmental milestones and be able to explore these sides of themselves freely and openly. After the song came out, Lil Nas X had typed a letter to himself titled "Dear 14-Year-Old Montero," in which he talks about how he promised to never come out publicly and never wanted to be that kind of gay person. The fact that so often queer children, and let's keep it real, black queer children especially, have to hide this aspect about themselves over fear of the consequences of what's going to happen if they get outed or have come out in any way to people that they feel like they can confide in. It's like code switching, but y'all swear black and queer issues are two completely unrelated issues when they all are under the same system of oppression. But I'm so glad that we're able to see Lil Nas X be able to more freely express himself in the music industry. I definitely think we need more dark-skinned queer people in the music industry in general, and I think he's doing a great job. But we see how him being gay has led to further strain on a relationship between him and his mom, leading to him even wondering if she even loves him. Too many little black children relate to this sentiment because of the rampant homophobia in the black community. And especially, I wanted to mention and point out how this is a relationship with his mother. His dad and his relationship seems to be pretty good, but it's his mom and him who, like, and that's over, other things too. But I also want to point out and really mention how black women can also perpetuate homophobia too. I really want us to understand that. Some queer people even develop that sense of feeling not worthy of love or life, partially or wholly because of the system of homophobia that we have to exist under. We see this with the song Sun Goes Down, when Lil Nas X addresses his teenage self in his previous suicidal ideation, quote saying, "Always thinking while my lips so big. Was I too dark? Can I sense my fears? These gay thoughts would always haunt me. I prayed God would take it from me." I think it's very intentional the way he puts those two things in combination together like that. The insecurities and depression that can come from anti-blackness and the insecurities and the depression that can come from homophobia. Further saying, "Nobody knows it when you're silent. I be by the phone standing Nikki morning into dawn. Only place I felt where I belonged. Strangers make you feel so loved." And this sentiment rings true for so many queer people, feeling ostracized from others, distant, misunderstood. This feeling of self-hatred but longing to be loved and accepted. And for so many of us queer folks, that's kind of the only place that we can find that love and acceptance is through online communities. And while online communities and things can be great, we, need that community and everything, the fact that so many of us often feel like these communities are the only main places that we can find this love and acceptance from, especially Black queers who, even through relating to the Black experience, often feel ostracized by our community because of how our community treats gay people. And it'd be the "you're Black before you're gay" crowd that has family and friends that would rather end their own lives because of the systems in which they perpetuate. A lot of queer and trans folks would rather take their own lives and have to deal in the systems in which y'all have created and perpetuate, and y'all really want me to care about some nigga guzzling grape juice in a nightgown? I'm sorry, y'all gonna have to get some perspective. I'm really gonna need y'all to come through, get some perspective, and understand what the situation is. Growing up with that mentality about yourself leads to deep, lasting trauma, and y'all wonder why queer people have jokes about y'all. Do y'all see the way that y'all reacted to him when he came out as queer? Did y'all see how y'all react? And y'all want people to respect y'all in the set. Y'all, if you want respect, you're going to have to give respect. It's a mutual thing. I'm not just going to respect you because you're religious. You really want somebody to respect you and what you use to justify your hatred of people? And now all of a sudden, all these rappers come out, they got something to say. Quickly, recite me a Bible verse without looking at your Bible. Quickly, off the cuff, just right now. So then we have guys like Kai Cenat, who of course just talk the most shit.
Lil Nas X, you could eat my whole. Hate that nigga, bro. Nah, that shit just popped up in my head, bro. That bro, nah, word of my mother, bro. God gonna handle you in the right way. I didn't even talk about that yet, bro. But look, God gonna handle you, bro. And you're, bro.
What he did?
No, bro.
What he did?
No, bro. God gonna handle that nigga. Real shit.
What did he do?
Nah, bro. I'm not even gonna explain it, bro.
But bro, no.
He's extremely disrespectful, bro. He disrespect
Okay, tell me how he disrespected, because, bro, you can't be on that bad timing. I'm just sitting in the corner on bad timing.
Go on his page, bro.
Hey, yo.
He disrespect God himself. That's crazy.
Christians will really hope and laugh about your soul being damned in hell forever and think they're well-adjusted humans. Like, I was really out here hoping God strikes somebody down because they were wearing a silk press and munching on communion crackers as a joke. Are y'all serious? But I'm not obtuse. I know y'all are gonna get upset. He knows y'all are gonna get upset. But my thing is, one, blatant hypocrisy, and then two, the lack of self-awareness. Like, if y'all really want to call this stuff out, then I'm going to need y'all to be just as vocal and emotional about drugs, rape culture, bigotry, but y'all don't. Y'all perpetuate it. This is the same dude who had little boys going on his streams talking about raping women.
But my shit, 100 round, hit him with a take a fucker down, 100 round, bitch, we in that kill, we gon' take him down, 12 get behind, we gon' do 60 I remember D, keep him.
Listening to these little children rap about fucking bitches, shooting people, murder.
No one play with me, I'm shooters at right in that ground, hit around, step on LeBron Gray, hit him in the face, she gon' so go crazy.
Like, now all of a sudden you got morals? Yo, Nikki was right. And once again, for the people in the back, if you're going to be upset about blasphemy, I'm going to need you to carry that same energy for all these other things, is what I'm saying. Like, people were really out here saying that blasphemy is the biggest sin and it pisses God off the most. Murder, ethnic cleansing, rape, genocide, destroying the planet he created, all of these things, and he's mostly worried about blasphemy for people joking on him. That's worse. A common retort I also hear is people talking and saying, oh, y'all don't do this with other religions. For a lot of people, especially in America, the most prominent religion and the one that currently governs most of our laws, customs, culture, sense of morality, and justice, how we view and treat our fellow human beings, that stems from Christian ideology. We can talk about those other things, of course, but if you're talking about a Black American who most likely lives under Christianity, let's stick to the topic at hand. Like, let's get into how many laws are currently or will in the future be posed and put into office because of homophobic people, which stems from religious culture. And when these things get passed into law, where y'all at? Where y'all at? Where's the vocal people out here? Hey, stop, let's not do this to people. Where y'all at? For so many children, especially queer children, the effect of living in a household where you're taught from your entire life by your family, friends, church, schools, and society at large that who you are is inherently sinful and needing of atonement or to suffer the consequences. That is the type of ideas that y'all push onto queer people. And then y'all want respect from them in return. Like, y'all constantly disrespect queer people, keep laws in place, y'all actually go out, y'all abuse people, your children, you go out, even kill your own children or put them out of the house, leave them homeless and abandoned because, or even the thought or idea of them possibly being queer. Like, y'all actively children into a heterosexual lifestyle, regardless of the harm or consequences that may come from that. Take Lil Bussy, for example. This man got on live in front of the entire internet and told us that he paid a grown woman, a pedophile, to his son, cousin, whatever, wasn't he 12 years old at the time, to prevent him from being gay. And here's the thing, Lil Bussy felt comfortable coming on live in front of the entire internet and confessed to a crime of paying a pedophile sex worker to go molest his son, to pimp out his son. He felt comfortable saying that on live in front of everyone because the culture and environment in this community allows for people like that to thrive. And it'd be people like that who have the most to say about gay people. Why are you still talking about gay people? Live on the end of your tongue, Lil Bussy. I swear I don't get it. I really don't. If you hate gay people so much, why are you obsessed with us? Why are you in our business constantly? Oh, because our agenda, the agenda of equality and wanting to be seen and to let other children and other people know that if they are feeling these feelings, that it's okay and you're not an abomination. That's the agenda that you're angry about. But then you want that same agenda for Black children, right? But these two systems have nothing to do with each other. There was no overlap of ideas of oppression. There's no uncle been committing adultery and still kicking it with y'all. Auntie been beating and abusing her children. Grandpa's wife is 30 years younger than him and been real handsy with y'all teenage daughters, and they still get invites to the Thanksgiving dinner, but let one of your children come out as queer or trans and all hell breaks loose. And so much of the unfortunate thing about debating or arguing your ideas with Christians is that no matter what you say, no matter what logic you use, none of that matters because these people think, especially the type that really take their ideologies a little too, tend to think that they're everything that they say or do, whether it comes from the Bible or not, is righteous and moral, and everything else isn't. You can't argue with these people. And queer children have to live with y'all. And that's one of the reasons what makes religious trauma so damaging and so pertinent. It infects your entire soul, your being, who you are forever, into the afterlife. But yeah, I'm not out here to tell people to stop practicing their religion or whatever, nor could I, honestly. If you practice your religion in good faith and you're actually a good person and have a good mentality about yourself, then I'm not talking to you. You know, be blessed, enjoy your life, whatever, but I need you to understand the rules and systems that exist in this society today. Whether or not you consider yourself a part of the people that propagate these things or create these things are still into effect, and y'all are not doing enough to actively dismantle these ideas. But then y'all are mad at people for making a joke. Now, is he doing a bit much? Is he trolling? Of course he's, which is another reason why I'm just like, y'all are gonna be upset. That's to be expected. My overall thought is just don't be hypocritical. And also understand where people like Lil Nas X are coming from. Because y'all really don't seem to keep these things in perspective when y'all go online and just spew things at people, you know? I really hope y'all can at least understand and see where my point of view is coming from, and people who, think like me that have to deal with these types of systems and these religious traumas and everything. I just hope you see it. But yes, thank you so much for watching my first video back of 2024. I hope to see y'all next week, and I hope you have an amazing day. Bye.